Hello and welcome. This is Brigitte's Craft Joint, and I'm Brigitte. Welcome to episode 1. This is my brand new channel, and I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited that you decided to join me. This is my small corner of the world where I get to talk about my love of crafting, especially knitting and crocheting and sewing and a few other crafting endeavors that I tend to dabble in. And some of them are old. I've been doing them for a long time, and some of them will be new adventures. But I want to welcome you to join me in this journey. So you might be asking, just to let you know, you can find me on Instagram at Brigitte's Craft Joint. Also, I said my name is Brigitte, and it's French, but the English version is Brigitte. So most of my friends call me Brigitte, so you are friends, so you can call me Brigitte. You can find me on Instagram at Brigitte's Craft Joint, and you can also reach me by email as brigittscraftjoint@gmail.com. I will have everything in the show notes below, the description box, with links to that. So you don't have to try to memorize and see how it's spelled or anything, because it is spelled a little different. But anyway, that's where you can find me. Who is this chick? Who am I? Well, okay. I am married. I have 5 children and five grands. And my husband and I are retired, and we live in the beautiful and amazing state of Arizona. And I consider myself a advanced beginner when it comes to knitting and crocheting. And the reason why I say that is because I learned how to do both at the age of 7. My mom taught me, and I made all of the slippers and hats and the vests that they used to wear in the 70s. Now I'm dating myself, so you can kind of figure out how old I am. And I really, really enjoyed it. Christmas presents, everybody got slippers, that sort of thing. Then as I got older and became a teenager, my love for crafting kind of started to wane. By the time I got married and started having children, I really set that on the back burner. Occasionally, I would make a baby blanket if a friend was having a baby, but for pretty much, I didn't really do any crafting besides sewing. I did a lot of sewing back when the children were small, and I even made their own clothes as well as my own. But about 10 years ago, I got hit with the bug again. Sorry, you might hear the dog barking that's going by. This is real life. So about 10 years ago, I got the bug again to start back knitting again. I've always loved knitting. I like the fabric that it makes. I love crocheting because it works up so much faster. But I just like the versatility of knitting. And I saw that some of the patterns and things had really, really changed. So I got back into knitting, and I started knitting scarves, and I started knitting hats again. I really, really loved lace shawls. And so I challenged myself and started making lace shawls. Then about, I'll say somewhere between 5 and 7 years ago, I wanted to make socks. And every time I tried to make socks, you had to use DPNs, double pointed needles. And that just did not work for me at all. But I ran across a YouTube channel, and the woman there was using circulars, 9-inch circulars. And that was on Simply Stitches, I believe was the name of the YouTube channel. And I got some 9-inch circular needles, and I learned how to make socks. And from that moment on, I've been totally addicted to making socks. Fell down that rabbit hole. I've since then learned how to make socks using magic loop, 2 at a time. Recently, I've started making socks using 2 circulars. Thank you to Denise with Earth Tone Girl. And then let's see, what else have I done? I've made 2 pair of toe-up socks. I'm not that good yet with the toe-up sock yet. And I'm challenging myself to do the afterthought heel. Something about cutting into something that I've knit is like jumping out of a very good airplane. Why on earth would I want to do that? But I've made, I believe it's now 2 pair of afterthought heels, socks using afterthought heels, and everything seems to be okay. I've not had too many mishaps. But what I can say about, though, what I love about knitting is I am the boss of my knitting. So if you're learning how to knit, say for instance, socks, and the DPNs aren't working for you, try a different method. Try using magic loop, or try using 9-inch circulars, or two circulars. There's so many different ways to find something that will work for you, so you're not just stuck in this one mode. And that's what I thought. Make socks, you have to use DPNs. It's not true. Now when I make my socks, I actually use, sometimes it's a combination of, I'll start them on 9-inch circulars and then move them to magic loop, or move them to 2 circular needles. Then when I go to do my heels, I'll slide them onto a DPN and work the heel flap and gusset, or a short row heel. And we'll talk about those things in the upcoming episodes to come, which methods I like, and I just try them, try them all until I find something I like, or if I get bored with something. So you're not just limited with this craft, and that's what I love about it. You are the boss. Don't get me started on yarns. I love yarn. I consider myself a connoisseur of yarn. This is just a small glimpse of what I have here in my craft room, and maybe one day I'll move around a bit. But I have acrylic, I have wool, I have cotton, organic cotton. I do not have any like linen and bamboo yet, but I'm hot on its trail. I love shopping on the internet. I love shopping. Oh, my lighting is, hold on, my lighting is going a little haywire. There we go. Okay. I love shopping on the internet. I love buying from indie dyers. I like commercial dyers, Knit Picks, Jimmy Bean Wools, all different places. So you will see when you see my, what I call SIPs, stuff I've purchased. And I use the term stuff loosely, but stuff I've purchased. And you'll see a variety of things. So I'm not a yarn snob. Go with what makes you happy. Go with what you can afford, and just have fun with it. All right. So today is not going to be a very long episode. I just wanted to, today is not going to be a long episode. I just wanted to introduce myself, but I do have a few things that I want to show right now. Okay, so I had to stop to go get my works in progress, my whips, and some of my finished objects. I have a pair of socks that I just finished. They're there. That I just finished as part of a test knit, but I do believe the pattern has been released. And these are the Holly White socks by McKaylee of Breaking Yarn. And they are just I really enjoyed making this pair of socks. The texture that she creates in it, it's very easy to follow. Let's see, I think it's kind of washing out. There we go. It's very easy to follow. There's a heel flap and gusset, which I just recently started doing that again. I have a problem sometimes with the heel flap and gusset staying up on my foot, so I typically use a short row type heel. I use the Shadow Wrap heel by Denise at Earth Tone Girls, but I decided that I wanted to try it again, so I did do a heel flap and gusset, and it just comes out. I think it just matches so beautifully. The yarn is actually by McKaylee, also at Breaking Yarn, and it's called this colorway is Holly White in fingering weight, and I believe it's like a 75-25 combination of merino and superwash merino and nylon, but it is just gorgeous. I just love it, and I'm becoming more and more of a pink person, which I love purple. I haven't met a purple that I do not like, but I never really was a pink purple, but I'm really starting to get into pinks, and this is just gorgeous. I made a size medium. It's 64 stitches using a Chalgu US 1 2.25 millimeter. I typically use a size 0 when I make socks for myself on a 64, but I'm not sure of whether or not I'm going to keep these. They might be a gift for someone, so that's why I went ahead and made them with the US 1. I can wear the US 1. It's just a little looser than what I like for my socks. It's not a snug fit. The 0 size, the US 0 gives me a really snug fit. So that's my one of my most recent whips. Okay. I'm sorry, finished object. The next object that I have that's finished is a cardigan. I decided that I wanted to challenge myself with my knitting. I'd never made a garment before, so I decided that 2022 was going to be, I proclaimed it the year of the garments. And so far in 2022, I've made my very first sweater, which was for my husband. And hopefully I can figure out how to put a picture in so you can see a picture of it. It was the Flax by Tin Can Knits. And I used, Knit Picks. Wool of the Andes, DK Tweed. That was heavenly to work with. It was like knitting with butter. And then I've made cardigans. I fell down this cardigan hole. And I love the Campsite Cardi by Alicia Plummer. And again, I'll put that in the show notes, her information. And so far, I made myself a cardi, my sister a cardi, and then now I've just made my middle sister a cardi. I'm the baby. I made my middle sister a cardi. Now I've just made my oldest sister a cardi, and it's going to be, I'm shipping it off for Mother's Day. And I just finished a cardi for my mom for Mother's Day. So those two are gift items that will be a surprise. It's okay. They don't have internet, so they won't be watching this. My mom doesn't have the capability to watch it, so it's okay. But my mom's sweater I can't show you because it's drying right now on the blocking mats. But I will show you my sister's. And here it is. It is gorgeous. And I love these eyelets, the eyelets in it. And it is such a simple pattern to follow. One of the things that I did was Purl Together. Jana at Purl Together has that's her YouTube channel, and she did a knit along with this last year, and I started my sweater and I just got overwhelmed with things that was going on, and I didn't finish it until this year, the sweater that I made for myself. And then I jumped right in and made one for my middle sister. I will also insert a picture of that one, and then now this one for my oldest sister. The yarn is by Barocco, and it's Barocco Vintage DK. It is a acrylic and wool blend. It is 52% acrylic, 40% wool, and 8% nylon. And that's the Barocco Vintage DK. And so this is number 3. And it will be going in the mail this week. Number 4. Number 4, the one for my mom. This is the color. It is called Lilac. And it's the Barocco Vintage. Oh, I forgot to mention the color of this one is called Oats. And it looks like oatmeal. And like I said, this one is called Lilac, that I made one for my mom. And I had some left over, so I'm now making a pair of, I put them on the sock blockers. I just finished the heel. I'm making her a pair of socks. This is the DK Vanilla Sock pattern by Kay Litton of the Crazy Sock Lady. And that's another podcast that I enjoy watching. And one day maybe I'll discuss the different podcasts that I like to watch. This right here is just my lifeline that I put in whenever I start my heel, because sometimes I get distracted and I lose my way when I'm doing my heel. But this is, I don't know if you can see it. This is the Shadow Wrap heel by Denise with Earth Tones Girl. And I really like it. No holes, no gaps, no picking up stitches. With my heel flap and gusset, I did pick up the stitches and I did not get any holes. But it takes a little longer to work all those stitches, decrease all those stitches back off that you pick back up. This, you do not have to worry about any of that at all. The only number of stitches that you have to worry about really is your center stitches. But it is a neat pattern. It's on her Socksploration, I believe. And she also, on her channel, she has a series of sock tutorials called No Fear Sock Knitting. And it is excellent tutorial. So these are the pair of socks that's going to accompany my mom's campsite Cardi sweater. So those are not the only whips I have, but the only two that I'm just going to, the only whip that I'm really going to talk about today. Okay. And I don't know why I said 2 whips. That's only 1 whip. Guess I'm nervous. All right. So I thought I'd spend some time talking to you because I just came back from the post office, and my box was full of wonderful goodies. So I thought, oh, okay, I'll use this as a great time to show on the channel. So let's get into some sips, which is stuff I purchased. Okay. Well, first off, let's talk about my t-shirt came. And it's for Summer Sock Camp. It's for Summer Sock Camp, in case you see it. And Summer Sock Camp is a knit-along that Kay Litton with the Crazy Sock Lady does every year. You should check her out. It is absolutely fun to knit. She has cabins set up for you to knit your socks. If you are, you knit toe up, cuff down, magic loop, all of that has, everybody has like a little cabin that you can get into. And it's just a whole lot of fun where you can ask questions and get help. Or if you've been knitting socks for a long time, it's fun, a great way to meet people. And so this is the third year, and this will be my third year participating in the little knit along. And it goes throughout the most of the summer. I believe it starts like around May 26th, 27th. And then it'll run through to August 31st. And she gives away prizes and all that. So basically you would need to go over to her website and find out, you know, about it, and her channel where she explains everything about it. But this is my first year buying a shirt for me to wear during Summer Sock Camp. So I feel like a real camper now because I have a shirt. So that's one of my sips. The next sip that I have is I love project bags. I've made some project bags on my own, but I really like purchasing project bags, and I'm sorry for those of you that are crinkle sensitive. I should have pulled it out beforehand. So I saw this on this bag. And, oops, I saw this bag on another podcast, and I just fell in love with the material. So I'm not sure if this is the same person that they got their bag maker that they got their bag from, but this bag is from Bags by Awesome Granny. Bags by Awesome Granny. Isn't it just adorable? It's very well made. It has a zipper. And then the inside is beautiful. I love those polka dots. And it has box bottom construction. If you're one of those wonderful people that can put it on your wrists and knit and walk, I'm not, but you can have that feature. It's got a ring on here if you want to hang progress keepers or your keys. It's just really, really neat. So I really, I'm going to enjoy this bag. I already know what I'm going to put in it, so I'll show you that later. Another episode. But this is Bags by Awesome Grannies. So that was in my mail. And then I have another bag. Again, crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. So sorry. I have another bag. Next time I'll make sure these are open. And this one is by my favorite bag maker and progress keeper maker. They're enablers. I mean, I just love their stuff. And I should just sign my retirement check over to them because this is where I spend my money in addition to yarn. But it's 3 by the Sea. And look at this. Isn't it adorable with the teapots? I am a coffee and tea drinker, and this is just gorgeous. It has all these different sized teapots. It has a cute little, it's blowing out, little stitch marker. That's a little teacup. It's a zipper. Very well made. Look at the inside. Very roomy. I believe I'm going to use this for a sweater that I'm going to start, a tee for the summer that I'm going to start, and I know it will hold everything in here. Again, box bottom. Just adorable. So also, like I said, 3 by the Sea are the champions of progress keepers. And let me tell you, I went nuts the other day, and I have another order in. But you didn't hear me say that. So I got some progress keepers for spring. I like things on my knitting. It just brings me joy. It makes me happy, you know? So I love bling. I love bling. So you can see that. It's a little crown because I'm the queen of my knitting, my life. Yes, I'm the queen. Sorry. So it's got a little bling there. Then again, another little teapot. Isn't that adorable? Sorry, I'm playing with the lighting. That's better. And here is, let's see if it's going to focus. It's a bee, a little bee. Isn't he adorable? Oops. A friend of mine has her own beehive, and so yeah. Now these I just fell in love with. They are little vegetables. Aren't they cute? And you've got a broccoli, a mushroom, and a radish. And I call them veggie cuties. Okay. There's more. I told you, I can't stop. I can't help myself. It's not my fault. They're just too cute. Oh, come on. There we go. We've got a tomato, a garlic, and pea pods. Ah! I can't wait to get these on my needles. I have to cast on so these can get on the needles. And then I have a flowering pot because I love flowers and we have a garden. And even though we live in the desert, I do have beautiful roses and lilies and marigolds, wildflowers, lavender. And so here is a little flower pot. Watering can. That's what I meant. Watering can, not flower pot. And again, these are all just in time for spring, you know. And for those of you that live in true wintry months, you know spring is just, it's great to see the sun come out. Well, we try to hold on to our cooler months as much as possible here in the desert. But where I live, I live near a mountain. It's actually right behind my house. And I do get some of the colder temperatures, and I do get snow. So nothing like to make a snowman or anything with, but just enough to irritate you. And this is a chocolate bunny. Again, he's in purple, my favorite color. So of course I had to buy it. Again, it's not my fault. You know, 3 by the Sea just makes all these things that they know that I love. So what's a knitter to do? What's a crafter to do? Okay, so that is my collection of items from 3 by the Sea. Then let's see. Oh, new thing that I fell into. I'm not a big gadgets, you know, person, but I do feel that there are tools out there that you can get that assist you with your craft, you know, like anything else. But as far as, you know, oh, this is the latest thing, you got to get this thing, you got to get that. No, I'm really not into all those gadgets. But I told you that this was my year for making garments. And so when I started working on the cardigan, when you had to transfer the sleeves onto waist yarn, I had a struggle with that. And I saw on another podcast about these cords that you can get. And I said, let me try those. And they are barber cords. Now, I don't know who came up with this brilliant idea, sort of like the person who ever put the screw cap on the milk carton. You know, I wish it was me so I could, you know, be a millionaire now. But these are just silicone tubes. And these are the neatest things since sliced bread. I love it. They come with 3 cords, 2 shorter cords, I don't know the lengths, and 1 longer cord. I got mine from Crazy Sock Lady, and I'm pretty sure they said that they're the original, the barber cords, but I've seen other places that have them too. But of course I would grab the longest one to try to show you. But here it is. It's got 2 ends. And you stick the one end, it'll fit on your needle. I think it said like up to a size 10 needle point, and you stick that in there, and then you just slide your stitches right across. And then you take this, and then you tie like a little knot in it, and then it stays on. And then there's a longer one, so if you wanted to try on your sweater and say, for instance, for the body stitches, there's a longer one that you can use for that. And then the magic is that to get them back off, and that's where I had the problem with my waist yarn, because I didn't know it at the time, but when I was threading my tapestry hook through to pick up the stitches for the waist yarn, I missed a stitch. And, well, you know what that means when you miss a stitch. But with these, you don't miss a stitch because you're literally just sliding them across the needle onto the cord. And then you just do the same thing in reverse, put it back on, slide the stitches back onto your needle. Ta-da! It's silicone tubing, but it comes in all these fantastic colors. And of course, I've got purple and oops, this is neon blue, and I've got a mauve. So get yourself some bobber cords if you struggle with waste yarn and having to thread that through and then trying on and taking that off, and so this is a great tool. I consider this a tool, not a gadget. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I saw this yarn when I was watching another podcast, Leslie Friend, with, I think her podcast is called Knitting with a Friend. And this yarn is by the Turtle Pearl, and it's a set and sock set. But she made these gorgeous, gorgeous fingerless gloves out of them. But it's called, the colorway of this yarn is called Trench Coat, and it comes with the mini, contrasting mini, and it is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 450 yards. And again, this is the Turtle Pearl, and this is called Trench Coat. It reminds me of, what is it, Burberry? I think that's how you say it, Burberry. I love this. So I had to have it. I don't believe I'll make the fingerless gloves, but I'm definitely making socks. So that's my one yarn purchase. And also, I ran across a beautiful, beautiful sweater that I want to make, and it's by Mode at Rowan. Here it is. Isn't that pretty? And so I had to purchase yarn for it. And this, I hope it shows up okay. I might have to adjust. But I am going to use, this is called Peach Cobbler. And it's by Cascade Yarns. And it's their Ultra Pima Cotton. And it's a DK weight. And I just thought that was gorgeous. Okay. I think it'll look good with my skin tone as well. So that's what I'm planning on making with that. So we'll see. I'll let you all know when I get that cast on. And another item that I saw, I think it popped up on my feed, with Pearl Soho, and it's called, it's a summer, they listed it as a vest, but to me it's more of a tee, and it's called the Rigby. And I purchased the yarn that this was made out of for Pearl Soho, and I think it was on sale, so that's why I purchased it. But here it is, and it's called Simply Camel. It's 100% baby camel. It is so soft. I don't think I felt anything. Maybe cashmere. It's about the closest thing that I can say. But it's so soft and so squishy. And it is... I don't know. It's made with a size 4, a 3, and a 2 needle. So I don't know what weight this is. Maybe fingering weight. I don't know. Or sport weight, maybe. I think it might be sport weight. But it is just, oh, I can't wait to get this on my needles. So, again, another project. Pearl Soho has some wonderful patterns. This is a paid-for pattern, but they have some beautiful free patterns. One of the things I'm working on is, which I didn't show today, I'll show another time, is the half and half triangle wrap. Yeah. And then, let's see. Again, campsite cardie number 5 that will be going on the needles is for my daughter. And she likes purple also. The one for my mom is called Lilac. And this one is called Delphinium. And it looks very close, but now you can see the difference. This is the lilac, and this is delphinium. It is just gorgeous. So she's going to get a cardie out of this as well. And it's taking me, if I sit there and I knit exclusively, I can have one done in 7 days, in about a week. So I'll get this on the needle as soon as I finish the socks for my mom and get that in the mail for Mother's Day. But that will be my daughter's cardigan. So it's not a surprise, but she'll probably be surprised to see that I put it on the podcast. And then the other item that I purchased, again, another stuff I purchased from the Crocheting. And this is a new dyer for me, and she has a beautiful, she has an Instagram, but she has a beautiful color palette. And I'm so sorry. I just fell in love when I saw these. And wait till you see this. Look at that. I don't know yet what I'm going to make, but if this is going to be several projects or one project, I don't know. But it was calling my name, not my fault. I had to purchase it. And again, I apologize for the crinkle, not the purchasing. And let's see. The last thing, yes, is, this is a spoiler alert. If you are a subscriber to Yarnable, which is through Hypnotic Yarns, Cheryl, if you are a subscriber to this box subscription, turn away if you haven't received your May subscription. I got mine today in the mail. It was pretty early this month, so I was really surprised. But turn away now. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Okay, I don't want to be the cause of a spoiler, because I love surprises, so no spoilers here. But as usual, what you get is you get this cute little bag of goodies. You get a description of the items that's in the bag, who the makers are, and you even get a scratch off for monies off for another purchase during the month. This month is all about the avocado, and it's called Avocardio, and it came with this adorable little progress keeper that's an avocado. You got a pin, which I'll have to put this on one of my bags. That's an adorable little avocado. Got cute little cheeks on it. And then this was exclusive to Yarnable. I think the Progress Keeper was exclusive. The pin did have a maker, but this item here, this cute little Notions pouch, is exclusive to Yarnable. It is so stinking adorable. Look at that. So it's avocardio. So you've got avocados doing yoga, lifting weights, hula hooping. Oh my gosh. Okay. Can you not resist that? This is just wonderful. So great little Notions pouch, or you might even, I might even can use it for a sock, to put actually get some socks in here, I think. So it is adorable. If check out Yarnable. What she does is she opens up her subscription to her boxes 3 or 4 times out the year. But if you go onto her website, you can get put on the waiting list, and then you'll send a notification. She does fingering weight. She does DK. You can also have your subscription come monthly or quarterly. So it's really, really nice. I've had her subscription now for 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. So that's the goodies. We haven't even gotten to the yarn yet. So here's the yarn. The yarn comes in this, and I always wait to open this up last. So I actually have my husband open it up this time because he loves avocado. I love guacamole, but I don't like eating avocados like on a salad or avocado toast. You know, no, it's a texture thing. But I do like guacamole. So I had him and says, oh, this is avocado themed, so why don't you open the yarn? So he opened the yarn. Ta-da! Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is called Avocardio. And I've marked it. It just says May 2022. So when I put it in on my shelf and I go to use it, I'll know which box it came from. But this is her plush sock, and it's an 85 superwash merino, 15 nylon, 437 yards, 100 grams, and it is so plump. I love it. Definitely will be using the 0 on this yarn. Size, the US size 0 needles, definitely for this yarn. But I love it. Thank you, Cheryl. Once again, I'm blown away. Not sure what I'm going to make out of it, but if I do socks, I'll let you all know. I'll show it to you. Or actually, let me know in the comments below what you think I should make out of it. And also in the comments below, Tell me who you are. I'd like to hear who you are. I told you who I am. I'd like to tell you who you are. I'd like to hear who you are. All right. Well, that's all that I have today. And like I said, this is going to be a short segment. Haha, short. But again, thank you so very much for joining me. I will put things down in the description bar and the show notes below for anything that you're interested in. You can click on it. And hopefully, you know, I'll get better as I keep doing this and you keep showing up. Please tell all of your friends. If you like today's episode, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and that bell so that you can get notified when I'm here. Check out what I have on my Instagram. I'll be posting things there. And again, it's been a pleasure and a joy. And until next time, stay safe and be blessed.